children. How are you all? Have you all learnt about the location, extent, and divisions of North America in your previous session? Good. In this session, you are going to learn about the climate, natural vegetation, agriculture, important minerals, industries, and population of North America. Children, in your previous session, you had learnt about the rivers and lakes also. Let me tell you about them briefly now. Mississippi is the great river of North America and its tributaries. Tributaries means rivers which join the main rivers are called tributaries. So here Mississippi is the great river, that means main river. The tributaries means small rivers which join Mississippi are Missouri, Red River, Ohio, Tennessee, etc. Coming to the lakes part, 5 important lakes are situated at the southern border of Canadian Shield. They are Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. These 5 lakes together are called as Holmes. Now, let me tell you about the climate and natural vegetation. North America has a wide range of climate which includes extreme weather conditions ranging from freezing condition in Alaska and Greenland to burning heat in the deserts of southwest USA, southern East Florida, the Caribbean and the Central America have tropical conditions. That means all kinds of weather. Tropical climate means the temperature remains high throughout the year. There is no specific winter season and this region receives adequate rainfall throughout the year. And there are 2 important storms of North America. Those are hurricanes and tornadoes. Coming to natural vegetation part, the natural vegetation and animal life largely depend on climate, soil, and relief features. Due to great diversity in climate and relief, North America has a wide variety of vegetation. These vegetation belts broadly follow the climatic regions. They are the tundra type of vegetation found within the Arctic Circle. It is found in Canada, Alaska, and Greenland. Winters are long and freezing, and summers are very short. The only vegetation found here are mosses and lichens. Some stunned flowering plants are grown in summer season. The animals which survive in these hard and harsh conditions are reindeer and caribou. And carnivores like polar bear and Arctic foxes can survive here. South of the tundra belt lies the cool temperate type of climatic condition. This is actually a belt of coniferous forest. It is also called as taiga forest. The coniferous forests are evergreen and species like pine, fir, spruce, etc. are found here. Some animals found in this region, which region? Arctic region, are beaver, black bear, polar bear, silver fox, etc. Deciduous type is found in east and southeast of St. Lawrence River and Great Lakes. Do you know what is deciduous type, children? Deciduous means trees shed their leaves in autumn season. Northern part is cold and southern part of the region remains warm. Winters are cold but summers are warm and rainfall occurs usually in summer. The trees found here shed their leaves in autumn season. For example, cypress, oak, ash and chestnut. The wild animals found here include beaver, black bear, muskrat and porcupine. Do you know why North America is called the land of prairies? North America is a huge area of land which was once covered with grasses and colorful wildflowers. The French called the rolling plains of grass prairies. How beautiful the prairies are, right children? The cool temperate climate is found in parts of USA. There is a vast grassland between the Rockies and the Great River Basin, that is Mississippi and Missouri, which is also known as the prairies. This is actually a vast treeless plain. This plain land is known for wheat cultivation and animal rearing. It is called wheat bowl or bread basket of the world. The coniferous and deciduous trees are found in temperate mixed forests. Canada and North California have such forests. The important trees found in this region are beech, maple, oak, mahogany, etc. Canada is a country of lakes and taiga type of forest is found here. Largest exporter of wood in the world is Canada. The desert condition is found in the western part of the continent in South California, Mexico and Arizona. Different varieties of cactus and thorny bushes are common here. The typical example of cactus is Joshua. Desert nights are called winters of deserts. Now, coming to the agricultural part. Agriculture is an important occupation of North America. Central lowlands of the continent, especially Canada and USA, are very productive agricultural countries. Only 10% of the total area of North America is suitable for agriculture. But the production from their farms is very high because large farms, rich soil, adequate irrigation, mechanized farming, other facilities with human efforts make North America one of the largest agricultural regions of the world. Regions specialized in production of specific crops are called crop belts. For example, corn belt, wheat belt, cotton belt, tobacco belt, etc. Wheat is one of the popular cereals grown in North America, especially in Canada and USA. The prairie region provides the best soil for wheat cultivation. Since the population is low, lot of surplus production is obtained, which can be exported. Maize is popularly known as corn. It is grown extensively in the United States and Mexico. Most of the maize is used as feed crop for feeding cattle and pigs. They are reared for meat in Mexico. Maize is the staple food grain, but today maize is grown as a check crop. The other popular crops are barley, oat, and potato. Barley and oat can be grown in cold weather. Beer is brewed from barley. Oats is used as a feeding crop for the animals. Potato is also grown in the continent, which serves as a food crop. Apart from these crops, cotton and tobacco are grown in North America as cash crops. The cotton belt lies along the Mississippi Valley. USA and Mexico are important producers of long staple cotton. Tobacco grows in the South USA, Cuba, Jamaica, and Mexico. The USA ranks second after China among major tobacco growing countries of the world. Sugarcane is another important crop grown here. Cuba is the third largest producer of sugar in the world. So, popularly, Cuba is called as the sugar bowl of the world. Sugar beet is also grown in the USA. It is major source of making sugar after sugar cane. Coffee and cocoa are the tropical plantation crops grown in the parts of Central America and West Indies. Fruits like grapes, oranges, lime, apple, pears, peaches, etc. are grown in California, Florida, New Jersey, and areas around urban centers. California produces 90% of the wine by using grapes in North America. Therefore, California is called as the wine country. Coming to the important minerals and industries of North America. North America is blessed with abundant resources. Its natural resources are variety of soils, extensive grasslands, minerals, power resources, and forest wealth. The continent has rich deposits of different valuable minerals. The deposits of gold had once attracted people to this continent. Besides this, iron ore, copper, nickel, silver, and zinc are other major mineral deposits. The continent also abundates in coal, petroleum, and natural gas. Gold is the very first mineral mined in North America. California and Yukon valleys are important areas of gold mines. Lake Superior and its surrounding areas are known for having large deposits of iron ore. The high-grade iron ore is found in and around Canadian Shield. Mexico is the world's largest producer of silver. The USA is the leading producer of copper in the world. It is also mined in Canada. Fossil fuels are exploited in considerable quantities throughout the continent. North America has large deposits of high-grade coking coal in Appalachian region. Pennsylvania alone produces 20% of the world's total coal production. The USA is the world's largest coal exporter. Oil and natural gas are found in Alaska, Texas, Louisiana, Kansas, and in western Canada and parts of Mexico. Offshore region of the Pacific Ocean has good deposits of natural gas. The USA is the major producer of petroleum. The USA is the leading producer of nuclear power in the world. Among the countries of North America, USA and Canada are highly industrialized. Availability of raw materials like iron ore, coal, copper, bauxite helps heavy industries. Availability of power, transport, and modern technology has helped industrialization to a great extent. The lake region of Erie, Superior, and Michigan have seen a lot of development in iron and steel industry. Raw materials and water transport have helped tremendously. The favorable industrial policy of USA helped in the growth of industries. The city of Pittsburgh is called the Steel City due to rich coal deposits found in the Appalachian region, hydroelectric power, and easy transport facilities for bulky materials. Iron and steel is the basic industry, so it helps the growth of other industries like automobile, shipbuilding, locomotives, heavy engineering, aircraft, etc. Wood pulp, paper, and newsprint are produced in the USA and Canada. Softwood is used in making paper, pulp, cardboard, and newsprint. Pulp is used to produce synthetic fiber. Canada is one of the top exporters of paper, pulp, and newsprints. Lumbering is a highly organized job in North America. People engaged in lumbering in Canada are known as lumberjacks. Lumbering means cutting down the trees and turning them into pieces of wood for building purpose. So, more people in Canada are engaged in lumbering. So, they are known as lumberjacks. Chemical industry produces a variety of articles like synthetic rubber, plastics, fertilizers, and medicines. Plastic has now replaced wood to a great extent. Plastic is prepared in all parts of the USA. Chicago is famous for plastic industry. Meat packing is an important industry spread over in a number of centers like Chicago, Kansas, and St. Louis. Electrical and electronic goods are also produced on a large scale. Many of the industrial products and machinery are exported from USA and Canada. Mexico and other countries in Central America lag behind in industrial development. Most of these countries are small and do not have adequate power resources and raw materials needed for industrial development. So, Chicago is known as the industrial city. Now, let me tell you about the population of North America. Most of the North Americans are descendants of Europeans of American Indians and Africans. Although there are some native or indigenous people, most of them speak Spanish, English, French, or American Indian languages. Population density is the highest in the highlands of Mexico and Central America, but much of the northern part of the continent is almost empty, especially the frozen far north. The densely populated parts of USA are urban centers and industrial regions. Nearly 98% of the population is urban in North America. The population of the Caribbean islands is less, but settlement is dense due to the limited availability of land. So children, this is all about North America. I'll get back to you with the notes. Till then, Keep reading the lesson and understand. Thank you.